It's Mr. Green, baby. You want me to focus on you? Can you handle that? I can. But can you handle that? Let's be real. If I gave you everything I had to offer, can you handle it? Are you ready for what I'm able to give? Can you handle it?
Welcome to the first episode of Behind the Scene with Mr. Green. In here, I'm going to get you right. I'm going to get ladies to the promised land, and I'm going to get men to the motherland. This is what I choose to do with my spare time. This is something I think we need. We need to get back to that love. We need to get back to respecting one another, understanding what one another jobs and obligations and commitments, understanding what's the next step to lead us both to where we're trying to go, and that's a happily ever after. Now, the first word that we're going to touch bases on is love. I truly feel like love is a word that people tend to use incorrectly. People use this word as if they know what it means. Like, I hear it all the time. I love you. I love you too. Oh, I love this show. Oh, I love this food. Well, I don't think you can love a show and love food as much as you love a person. I don't think it's the same love. Unfortunately, it's the same word, though. This is where the problem lies. I feel that the word should be used accordingly. The word should be used for what its purpose is, to express a deep emotion for someone, something that's beyond like, something that's beyond lust, something that's not temporary, and it has longevity and a long-lasting effect when used. Now, the definition for love is an intense feeling of deep affection. An intense feeling of deep affection. So that just technically means you just need to feel for someone more deeply than you feel for someone else or something, right? Okay. Well, we have some similar words that they like to use here. One of them being fondness. Now, fondness is just simply as it is. I have to be fond of something. Like, this thing makes me happy. This thing gives me something that something else doesn't. Fondness. Another word they have is warmth. Now, when I hear the word warmth, I think of like stability. I think of like hominess, comfortability. Those are the type of words I think of. So it's kind of like when it uses this word, it's saying you have to feel, a warming sensation to the body when you see this person or around them or the thing. Intimacy. Now, intimacy has been used in modern day, television shows and things like that. So a lot of people already know what it is. Or a lot of people would just simply assume it has something to do with sexual intercourse. Well, it actually doesn't. Intimacy is more about feelings, sharing intimate moments, meaning moments that you do not share with just anyone. Now, granted, that is also sex, but it has not capped itself off with sex. It actually has other things that it also means. Another one they have here is attachment. Now, it's basically saying if you have an attachment to something you just can't let go, that would identify as love. Okay? Now, again, what I tried to explain to guys and women is that listen to the words that they use when talking about this specific subject. Listen to their words choice. Because if you do, then you'll realize what a lot of people out here are saying they love or they do or they want. It's not the same thing as what the definition of the word is. The word doesn't say you do what I want and that means you love me. The word doesn't say be a slave to my word and that means you love me. Now, granted, before I continue, I would like to say that there is a word here called worship. Now, worship to me is when you put someone before yourself. Now that can also be described as sacrifice, putting your significant other on a pedestal, uplifting someone, because a lot of people don't have to wake up every day and tell themselves they love them, even though it's not a bad practice. But they usually tell someone else. They express these feelings towards someone else or something else. That's what that word means to me. You have passion, desire, lust, infatuation, compassion, care, friendship, right? So when you think of these words, a lot of people can truly feel love, just not the love in which the person thinks they feel. So for instance, if I was in a relationship and I said, love to me is when you cook for me every day, is when you clean after me, is when you go beyond your call of duty. That's what love is to me. That will be different from what other people may think. Some people may say, no, love is when you just make me laugh and you put me first when it comes to, my feelings and my emotions. Now again, when people say they're looking for love, are they looking for the same thing as the person that they choose to be with? Now what I would ask you guys to do is a little exercise. And I'm going to be asking you to do exercise on a lot of episodes, and I would advise you guys to actually do them. Because if you do, you will get results that you're looking for. And the only result I'm trying to bring is I'm trying to bridge the gap. I'm trying to connect the unconnected. And I'm trying to get everyone that has the ability and the motive and the desire to love to that exact place. Now again, make sure you guys know what you're looking for. Make sure you know what love really is. You need to ask your significant other. You need to say, there's many words that can describe love. What does it mean to you? And when you get your answer, this is not a reason for you to break up or leave or separate. This is actually a time for you to reflect, for you to take time to understand. So for instance, if somebody said, oh, my 5 words that, describe love for me is worship, desire, lust, infatuation, and intimacy. Now this person is basically telling you that they want a person that smothers them, that's all over them, that everything is really about them. They don't think about other people. They don't show interest in other people. Everything revolves around one person. And I think this is something that you should know, because if you don't know this, you can be dealing with someone and you'll call them something like narcissist. You'll call them something like, if it's man, chauvinistic. If it's a woman, you'll say she's self-centered, selfish. But that's just because you don't know their love language. You don't know what love means to them. If another person says, love is friendship, caring, compassion, passion itself, endearment, this person is more about the thought. This person is more about what you do without being asked, what you provide for this person without any scrutiny and any, what you provide without any limitations. That person is looking for something on a more emotional, mental side. And in fact, we would say that the other person is looking for something more on a physical, emotional side. Now, does this mean these two are not meant to be, that they're not compatible? I don't believe that. I don't believe that anyone on the earth is not compatible. I just believe that the sacrifice, the will to give to another person will come into play more and more depending on how far away your love language actually is. So we can all find love, people. This is not hard. It's just, it's strenuous. It's a strenuous thing. It's tedious, and you have to pay very, very close attention to detail, and you will find what you're looking for. I want everybody to do this exercise and go on, let's just Google, X, Jeeves, or whatever it is you use. Look up the word love. Actually look it up. Read the definition and read it again. And don't just read it to read it. Read it for understanding. Look at the words that's similar to it. Look at what revolves around that word. See where your partner is on that list. See where you are on that list. And then grow. Now that you have the answer key and you know where your partner is, now you can meet them halfway. You already know what time it is, man. This is Behind the Scene with Mr. Green.
It's Mr. Green, baby. You want me to focus on you? Can you handle that? I can. But can you handle that? Let's be real. If I gave you everything I had to offer, can you handle it? Are you ready for what I'm able to give?